Welcome to another edition of Tailgate for Tigers. This past game against Georgia Tech was Ag Appreciation Day. Now, normally we go around and interview the opposing team fan base, but instead we wanted to talk to the folks who bring their own guts the most and the folks who are hit hardest by the recent floods in our state, the farmers, since it was Ag Appreciation Day.
I'm a Clemson graduate, class of 2003. I studied agriculture and applied economics at Clemson. I grow a little bit of everything. We have a family farm in Larry, South Carolina, which is in Chester County.
You had a tough drought this summer, coming into the harvest season, flooding waters and all that kind of stuff. Would you ever think of just quitting on your crops, just walking away halfway through the season?
I wouldn't quit on the crops halfway through the season. I feel like I owe it to them to, try to get them through to the end of the season and get them to market. They're out there working hard, trying to grow, become better crops, and I just hate to think about walking away from them. Right. And, leaving the people that come to buy the pumpkins. You'd hate not to have the pumpkins for the people, so you want to have a good product for them. First thing you do is have a bad product in the field and not try to improve it. So.
Yeah, and then just quit halfway through and just walk away and leave everybody else to take care of it, right?
That's right. I mean, I just couldn't imagine doing that.
Well, my name is Stephen West. I own HJB Farms, which is the row crop side of our operation. We do corn, soybeans. We also have beef cows and timber. And then we have West Farm Corn Maze, which is our agritourism event. My wife and I met at Clemson. She's a Clemson graduate as well, so we love the Tigers. With the state divided like it is with Carolina and Clemson, it's fun to be on this side of it, right, where we are right now, and not rub it in too bad, but it does make fun for Sunday mornings.
Absolutely. And, we want to support all farmers throughout the state, or whether they're Clemson or Gamecocks. But do Gamecocks actually farm? Do you have Gamecock friends who are farmers?
Yes, have quite a few Gamecock friends that are farmers. Our commissioner, Hugh Weathers, is a Gamecock fan.
All right. Do you try to convert them, saying we're the ones who really support farming more? Or?
Well, I think he understands that without Clemson, farming would be in bad shape. So
I don't want to hurt any of my Gamecock friends. Feelings. They're kind of sensitive to rejection. And,
right.
They always have hope that the program's going to improve. I do tell them it's not too late to become a Clemson fan.
That's
I see
right.
a lot of these little things on Facebook say, Gamecock fan until I die, but it might not be a bad idea to look the other way towards upstate Clemson.
Especially if you're a farmer looking at all Clemson does support agriculture, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, it's really inexcusable not to support Clemson and pull for them.
Yes.
So,
the Notre Dame game, Clemson fans are thinking, how's it going to affect our performance on the field? But what are your thoughts when the weather's approaching, going beyond the game itself, thinking about all the work you've put in here?
Sure, we start worrying about the financial loss, of course. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, it's kind of scary sometimes. Some of my friends across the state have had it really bad, especially peanut farmers and such. They've had water run over their peanuts and just ruin them. People don't realize, you work all summer and to have it ruined. Right. And one weekend's pretty discouraging. But
well, when you have a short window to have the people come out to the corn maze, we're only open for 5 weeks. And so when you lose days like we did because of the flooding, not just on the weekends, but with the school closings, and we do a lot of school groups during the week. So we had to reschedule or either cancel all of that. It's hard. Right now we had right at 19 inches through the flooding, and then this past Saturday we actually had another 1.5 inches. And so we were starting to dry out just a little bit, and then Saturday we got 1.5 inches, and we're right back to where we were.
Speaking of Gamecock fans, a lot of times when you're talking about the rivalry, they like to throw out that thing, y'all are a farming school, like that's some kind of insult, not realizing the huge impact farming has on life itself.
Sure. I mean, it's always that thing, don't talk about farmers with your mouth full, and
right.
I've seen plenty of Gamecock fans that obviously have full mouths. So, anyway, it's just food. You got to have it, and it's great. The easier we can make it, that means you can go off and do something else if you don't have to spend all your time growing your food like so many societies. So,
a lot of folks that have never been to a farm, when they come out to the corn maze, there's first time they've ever seen a cow or a pig or a tractor, and so it gives us an opportunity to explain to them where their food actually comes from. It's just not something that you go to the grocery store and pick up in the frozen food section. It has to get there somehow, some way. And so it's neat to be able to explain that to both a 10-year-old child and a 40-year-old person that has never seen a farm before, where their food actually comes from.
it's just amazing how much food American farmers produce. I think now one farmer produces enough food for like 360 people. I mean, it's really astronomical. So I don't know what kind of event. It kind of makes me worry when we have these bad events. Americans still have plenty of food, but I suppose other countries are suffering because we keep the food in-house versus get shipped overseas. So anyway, it is important to realize that everybody works together to get this food.
Now, speaking about how we're all working together, what do you think about Clemson's efforts, switching gears a little bit here, to save tigers from going extinct in the wild, and the good that gives to the world as a whole, keeping tigers healthy in the jungle?
I think it's a wonderful cause. You know, the Tigers for Tigers is a real inspiration to look out for other things that you don't see every day, so you don't think about it. It's kind of like farming. You don't see agriculture every day. You don't realize the importance of it. You might not see those wild tigers every day, but it's so important to think about them being part of our ecosystem, part of our world, something we want to be able to show our kids in the future that, yeah, tigers are still in the wild, and anything we can do to support them is great.
Just like losing farm, like you said earlier, you might not really realize how much you valued it until it's gone, right?
That's right, until it's gone. A lot of times we don't realize how important it is. So
what I want to know, though, as far as, tailgating for Tigers, how can Tiger fans get out for the remainder of this fall season to come out to help you recuperate some of your investment? What do you have going on? And we want to tell folks at home to share this video and let folks know this is going on. So what do you got going on? How can Tiger fans come out to support you?
We are open through November 1st, and every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, please come out. You can go to our webpage at westfarmcornmaze.com, or go to Facebook and see us there as well, see what's happening on each weekend. Please come out, whether it's our farm or any farm affected throughout the state in agritourism. Go and help them, support them. We're all in this kind of together, and so whether you come to our farm or another farm, just go support and enjoy the fall activities. It's supposed to be beautiful weather this coming weekend.
Thankfully, we still got pumpkins. We're hoping for a pretty rest of the October. Hope people will come out to our farm. You can get your food from South Carolina. It's just your food's better, has less travel miles on it. It's just hard to beat locally grown produce, and it really helps us a lot when you do buy from us instead of going to a big chain store. But this coming Saturday, which is October 17th, I think, we will be doing our big farm fair. We got a pumpkin catapult and fun activities for the kids. We've got a corn maze. We've got barnyard animals. We try to educate people. We're still a real working farm. So we've got about 600 acres here that we take a wagon ride through, get to see crops growing in the field. We'll do that for every Saturday in October. So we've still got 3 more Saturdays to go. So if you can make it out this way and visit us, we'd appreciate it.
Share this video to win those tickets, but also, most importantly, to get the word out there about the farming events. So even if you don't share this video, share the announcements about the farming events in your community. So check it out. Google, look at what's going on in your area, check your newspapers. The remainder of this month of October into the 1st of November, get out there with that agritourism business. They need to help recuperate that financial loss. And we as Clemson fans can be what we do best, bringing our own guts to support Tigers throughout our state at the time they need it most, who were hurt and devastated by this recent flooding. Of course, we normally raise awareness about tigers going extinct in the wild. We will continue to do that. A tailgate set up at the Georgia Tech game. Poured down rain, but these Tiger students brought their own guts. The Clemson students did. Had the tailgate despite the rain. We're going to bring you some snippets of that as we go throughout the season. Now, we did try to talk with some Georgia Tech fans. In particular, we want to talk to the band, because if you've ever been to a Clemson-Georgia Tech game at Clemson, or probably in Atlanta too, when the Georgia Tech band plays their Mortal Kombat. I don't know why they picked up on Mortal Kombat. I guess the same reason that the Gamecocks picked up 2001. But anyway, Georgia Tech plays Mortal Kombat, and at the end of that, the Clemson fans yell in unison, "You suck!" You suck! You suck! Now, it's not anything mean, I'm sure. It's just a fun thing. But I was curious. I tried to catch up with Georgia Tech band to ask them how do they feel about providing Clemson unintentionally with one of our biggest cheers when we played them. Tried to interview them. It was a little, they were a little apprehensive about it, which I understand. They were very nice and friendly. However, it is ironic they did not play the Mortal Kombat song throughout the entire game. The first time I can remember them not. The actual fans were few and far between, which reminds me, shame on you Georgia Tech fans, because more band members there than you did fans, I think. The Georgia Tech band was awesome, played in the rain like it wasn't even raining. So you had more, the band was bigger than your fan base at the game. That's kind of sad, especially, like I said, Notre Dame fans came from all over. and y'all couldn't come from Atlanta to fill the stands up. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with the homecoming segment next week. Look at the links below to see how you can see those farms or get involved with Tigers for Tigers if you wish to do that as well. Go Tigers! Have a great one. And one final question from a farmer's perspective: do you woohoo and you think they should ban the woohoo or keep it?
That's a tough question. They really started doing that while we were at Clemson, you know, a few years back, and I don't know. I like it okay, but people who don't like it really don't like it. So I wouldn't want to get in that argument.
That's the same.
So I've seen it. My kids like to do the woohoo. They get into all that. You know, it's fun to watch it.